Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tinks Invest. We're talking about investing, finance, and professional development for today's systems only. The investment I'm going to talk today will be Ethereum Tiki Teach. First, I want to say happy Tuesday, everybody. Have a great week so far. Respective recording time of 9:46 a.m. on Eastern Time. Ethereum currently trading $4,469, up about 3.40% so far. On the overall crypto market, selectively, there are some, just kind of trading on a sideways fashion, predominantly being on the altcoin side of the house, right, with Shiba Inu is currently down about 3.5%, which, on a technical front is a makes very logical sense, and the fact that we've been dragging up, exponentially on a subsequent day so far. And Dogecoin is kind of just normalizing right now, not doing much. But with respect to the key coins that we always talk about, with respect to Bitcoin is currently up about 3.76%, while Ethereum is kind of leading the same effort, right? Basically $20 away from the all-time high that we were testing in the prior days. So with respect to the news front, I would say collectively, there's been a lot of news, but in terms of like anything substantive, I would say, it begs to differ, I guess. So the first news that's, truly substantive is Bazinga about 6 hours ago talked about with respect to Ethereum NFT Metaverse, the game. It's called the Sandbox. It raises $93 million. So it seems like there are a lot of venture capital investments into more NFT commercialization, right? And their action says a lot, right? With their monetary value that they put against it, on putting this as a valuation that they believe is fair, right? So, as we see more of this macro adoptions going forward, it will obviously have that direct correlation to translating Ethereum price level to go up from here, right? On top of the burn rates and on top of the utilization rates, and some sort of a pseudo utilization, in the Ethereum ecosystem as well, it's gonna drive more buying pressure, right? So, also with respect to the drag effect that's coming from Bitcoin as well, being sustained at the current level, so that also has another macro affectation to the current level that we're translating to right now, right? So all good news on overall in terms of momentum right now. And the next one is talking about respect to polkadot, which is a so-called based on Bazinga 8 hours ago. Talk about that is a Ethereum killer, as the price touches an all-time high, right? Which we'll dive into it a bit to take a look at what they really mean by Ethereum killer. And on a technical front, touching all-time high, is that sustainable, and where are we technically going to leap next to? And then the next one is talking about Bazinga again, 15 hours ago. Is Ethereum ready to see a squeeze that pushes past resistance? So this is something that's talking about with respect to the technical fronts. So right now we're basically, struggling to see if we are able to get above to the 4,485, which will technically be the all-time high. We're basically $20 away, so I give that as a benefit of doubt that we are technically all-time high at the moment right now. And we are still at the 66 out of 70. So technically, if you want to, buy into the hype that you could leap way above 70, right? 70 is more of a conservative fair mark, right? But if we're gonna leap until the 92, that means we have some more room to run up to. Technically, we could reach to 5K, if we're gonna have that into full fruition, right? So that's something we have to think about. Is that something that we are, comfortable with that risk level, and how tolerant are you with respect to that? Based on your version, right? And then the next one is something we talked about yesterday. Burger King and Robinhood serving up side of crypto with Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Ethereum giveaway. So it's more PR scheme and definitely some commercialization front from two, relatively reputable businesses, right? Burger King, which has a consumer fast food franchise in the U.S. that's highly popular, and Robinhood is one of those millennial trading apps that is easily user friendly. So this seems like a perfect match for the PR strategically positioning towards millennials specifically, right? So with respect to the I'm just checking my phone. Okay, so just a lot of messages. Apologies. So right now, Ethereum right now is up about 3.44%, we are still leaping up. We tried to form that death cross, but it got canceled out because of the drag effect and the positive news that I've been hearing so far. And with respect to the RSI, I know that we were at the 62 because we just looked at it together, 66, right? So we're still leaping up. So technically, if we want to keep going, we could keep going, right? To go above 70, which is not crazy. We've seen that before. And we'll continue to leap up to 92. And technically, if that's going to be the case, we're going to be way above 5,000, probably 5,100 by then, and should sell off from there. Let me just shift this view a little bit. I think this is more logical. The next one is Bitcoin. Right now at the 62 out of 70, we're curving down right now. So as we cross up, right, and we have more bullish positive news coming, which I don't foresee anything specific, besides just the media front on their verbiage, right? And technically we should leap up if the golden cross is going to be formed, and we're going to retest all-time high all over again. We're basically $4,000 away, so it's not like crazy far away from where we are supposed to be going. Again, we're at the 62, so technically if you want to think that we gonna keep going on the RSI scale and go up to the 92, we technically could go to like 70k, right? If that was the momentum that we're going to be seeing going forward. But we know that right now the risk is not really favorable. But it's possible, right? If the momentum is formed and we have that support from the MACD as we cross up, it's going to go there. Dogecoin right now, it's 55 out of 70, so curving down right now. So ideally buy at somewhere around like the 23 to the 20 cents. Cardano right now is curving up. So again, right, Cardano is more the bullish side of the house with the 41 of 70 in comparison to the overall market. So I think this is a much more logical level to incur risk in comparison to other coins so far. Solana right now, it's fusing together, and I think we are having some struggle as to where we're going next. I think we are sustained above 200 because for obvious reasons, public investors want to keep it above the flat number, right? The 200, 100, right? So right now it's we're just basically contemplating: do we want to go down below 200 have a sell off, or do we want to go up, keep going to break all time high? And knowing the fact that we're overbought right now, I would say the likelihood of actually keep going up will be lower than in comparison. Knowing the fact that we got canceled out twice on the all time high, right? So I wouldn't stretch my luck personally. And I think ideally buy somewhere around below, right? The 133, 113 would be much more logical. XRP right now, we are forming a golden cross, so that means we're going to have more leaping pressure coming with the 54. So yeah, technically we could keep going to the 122 and subsequently sell off from there. So XRP is relatively bullish at the moment. Polkadot's testing all-time high as we see, right? We have the golden cross. Right now we're very overbought, right? With the 70 out of 70, so it makes sense, right? But right now we're in like new space territory, so this is no prior resistance, so we could technically keep leaping up. And I think we're hovering around like the 50 because 50 is a flat number, right? So I think we might test our luck and go up to the 60 or maybe 59, because of that psychological resistance level. And then subsequently come back down. But Polkadot is relatively high right now, and I don't think it's an opportune time for you to incur risk at the moment. Algorand right now is curving down at the 55, so I think ideally buy somewhere around 160 to 152 would be much more logical. Shiba Inu is still selling off, and I think we're having a whirl back. So ideally curving back down, cool down until we come back to the lower level. The first level will be like the 2775, and then to the the 900s, if you may, right? So with respect to the risk management levels, as I made the revision yesterday, again, these are revisions based on as the RSI gets down to the 35, right? And I know that it probably makes more sense if I was to change that to the next resistance levels that it's going to leap down to, which is a little bit far closer to the current level that we at right now, right? But ultimately, I'm not looking at it in that way, it's just purely in technical resistance levels. I'm looking at it in more of a risk overall management level, right? And that's why the levels for some selective coins might be a little bit further away from the current price level, right? And it's because of the risk tolerance on each coin have different volatility and different momentum. So hopefully this is helpful, and and if it's unclear, happy to dive into the specific ones. It could get a little bit convoluted, so I don't want to be losing people here. So really appreciate you. But yeah, feel free to give me a question. I'm happy to address them. And stay tuned for the cup. Take care. Bye.